the day so far. Um, Thank you for joining stream if you are. From Spiritberry, you won't be here for the first few minutes. You'll come back later. No, that's totally fine. 100% okay. So, today, I'm gonna be making another little tiny, short slash, reels animatic. Previously I've done, a couple of, short funny ones compared to, the, last kind of, minute-long one that I did. So, gonna continue having fun with that, and because last stream, a lot of people were like, you should send me make a tutorial for stuff. So I'm gonna explain a little bit more of at least my process for doing kind of like a shorter form, sillier kind of animatic, because I found a really cute audio that would be hilarious. So I figured I would, up and use that. So before I get into any of that, first off, I want to thank everybody who has seen the animatic that I posted. You guys have been really nice and kind, so thank you so much. But back onto the animatic that I'm going to be doing. So I found this absolutely hilarious audio. I believe the origin for this sound bite is from I think it's I don't know, it was that Hogwarts game that came out. I think it's Hogwarts Legacy or something. I don't know, I'm not a big Hogwarts fan in general, or Harry Potter fan, but it's an abridged series. At least that's what my brother told me where this audio bite comes from. But here, let me show you the original one that I found on Instagram. Hold up, you guys need to be able to hear this. Let me real quick add in a little something so you guys can actually hear the sound bite that's gonna be happening. Location audio capture. Maybe I should have done this before stream, but I forgot that I don't pick up any stuff. Alright. Cool. Hopefully you guys should be able to hear it when I play this, but from Cow Clouds, this is the at least original one that I found on Instagram, which was the original inspiration. So there is a swear word in this. Just fair warning. There is a swear word in this, so alright. Hopefully you guys will be able to hear
Thin line between being
Oh geez, that's loud. That's so loud. Oh my goodness. Let's turn that down.
a genius and being an idiot. Sebastian uses that line like a fucking jump rope. There's a thin line between...
So that's kind of the cute little short soundbite clip that I wanted to use. And for the sake of things being kind of tutorial-y this time around, I just wanted to kind of go through the process of... So currently I have an animation file open on Clip Studio Paint. It has the timeline and everything, and if anyone's curious, the timeline is 30 frames per second, and I'm going to be doing it on 3s, which basically means that pretty much I'm going to try and stick to every 3 frames. If I do any animated parts, it's going to be every 3 frames. So for those who don't know and do have Clip Studio Paint, if you want to do a kind of animation kind of preset, here is what I have. Oh geez, there we go. So basic width for screens is 1920 by 1080, but for vertical format it's 1080 by 1920. Resolution's 300 just because that's usual resolution. And then so what I have is overflow frame. Basically what this is extra canvas that isn't kind of connected to the camera. The camera is this little blue box in here. So if you actually have an overflow frame, you can, Clip Studio Paint has an option to use the 2D camera. So you can actually move around this little inner blue box and move it around that over like part. Got a little bit of extra width and height. And like I said, frame rate 30. Division line I have on grease. So, oops, I didn't. I have no idea what that is. I don't know what I adjusted, but that's okay. We're gonna put that away for right now. Alrighty. So, I have already gone through the liberty of usually for like these shorter form things, I usually like screen cap stuff. So I'll import movie, take this over here so you guys don't see my files. So my computer allows me to take screen form videos, and basically I'll just take that video, import it into Clip Studio Paint, and then have a reference for what I'll actually be doing, which is nice. So, kind of have the reference pulled up right here. And this reference is just for timing's sake, just because usually I like to try and line up like the animatics and the sound together. So using someone else's work that they've already, put into the timeline makes it really easy to do that. So just kind of scrolling, just play it through just a little bit. Boom, see? I'm gonna drag this out so it's actually the correct playback time. There we go. So it shall be. This is cut a little sooner just because human error. So let's see where the line cuts off. You can kind of see my mouse cursor. That's actually hilarious. Alright, this is the last frame. And we will drag blue to that frame. Perfect. There we go. So, I'm going to use that Control B trick that I kind of talked about in last stream, where I basically press Control B and it turns the layer blue. Lower the opacity. And then basically, since this is semi-tutorial wise, oh my goodness, actually, hold up, before I continue the quote-unquote tutorial, I forgot my son at daycare. And by that, I mean my little frog son. Alright, he's here. Totally forgot to add him in. My goodness. Oh, whoops, that's the wrong thing. There we go. We'll see how many frogs slowly accumulate over the course of stream. So far we've been actually doing pretty good. It's usually somewhere around like 50-ish frogs per stream, so we'll see. I think I'm gonna at least spawn a secondary frog just for my sanity, so I'm not alone. There we go, we got 2 little froggy boys. Alright. So basically I'm gonna go through and find where the divisions are so I can line this up to the audio. That's pulled out. It's gonna be a lot of clicking around. Hello, Spiritberry, welcome back. I hope you had a nice time doing whatever it is you were doing. Alright. Right now I'm currently kind of using someone else's kind of template for this sound as, whatchamacallit. someone else's thing as a template for the sound, so I can get the animation timed up with the audio. If you'd like me to play the audio, just let me know, and I will totally do that. Alright. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing a little bit of clicking around right now. Just because gotta find where the divisions are. But I hope you're having a good day so far, Spirit Fairy. Probably gonna be a kind of quiet, kind of chill stream, so. And the person's art that I'm using for reference, by the way, is Cow Clouds. They're like the original person who did the sound, so. Absolutely lovely art, by the way. Whoops. My paper's running out. There we go. You've been good? How about you? I have been... You know, I've been alive. But I'm happy to be here and happy to be on stream. You know? So thank you very much for joining. I'm excited to hopefully get more little shorts out, because that's what I mostly did on like Instagram and stuff, was make these short little kind of like D&D shorts, and so I'm excited to get back into that and make a few longer ones like the last one for my project that I'm starting. So might be a little bit quiet, just cause I gotta focus on. Right. And for this stream, I'm kind of doing a little bit like tutorial-y kind of stuff. Just cause last stream that was mentioned, like, oh, you should do tutorial, and I'm like, bro, I wish I knew more of what I was doing, and then tutorial would actually be helpful. Alright. Just gonna write down pretty much the quote-unquote dialogue that is associated with each of these, so... Also, there is a swear word. I apologize. From Spirit Berry, I'm currently taking a break from Instagram, mainly because you want to draw for yourself. Heck yeah. You do that. I don't, to be honest, I would love to draw for myself, but I wouldn't know what to draw for myself, you know? If that made any sense. I don't know, recently I've been having, maybe it's burnout, but it's been like a little bit of a weird thing with my art where like I start a project and I'm like super hype about it. I'll get like halfway through and then like unfortunately I become like really dissatisfied with the work that I've done, and I'm really trying to break out of that. So it's been kind of hard to do stuff for myself because I don't know. Thankfully, like, you know, posting stuff to social media, you get some outside, like, you know, feedback and everything, which is something that I really enjoy. So if I had to draw for myself, wouldn't even know where to start. completely don't pay attention to my handwriting. This is some bad handwriting. From Spiritberry, you're drawing your persona being possessed by Will Cipher. Dude, I've been seeing those go all around YouTube Shorts, and I am highly considering making one of those because it just seems so much fun. I wish I read the new book for Belle, because I don't know, a lot of people said it's really good. A lot of people, like, it literally instantly rekindled the intrigue in the love for Gravity Falls, which I am totally there. Oh, I was very confused for a moment, because the text overlaps between these two things, and that's not a on them thing. That's a Instagram being awful to edit stuff on thing. But yeah, I've been seeing those like the Bilsona, I think they're called, for a while now, and it's looked like it's been a lot of fun to do. I remember at least the first person that I saw doing it was, oh man, I don't know how to pronounce her name. I can't remember her name, but she made like a lot of like Five Nights at Freddy's little animations. But she's like the first person I saw do it, and I was like, wow, that looks like a lot of fun. So I'm right there with you wanting to do that. I know this definitely tripped me up where specifically on this frame where the lines overlap, I was just like, man, am I really that illiterate, or is something happening? It was a little bit of both. We're actually gonna move this up here. I don't know, I'm really excited from Spiritberry. I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah, it's like Nary something. It's like NIR something. I can't remember the last bit of it, but I could probably look it up. That requires effort. You know what? I should put the effort in. Hold up. Let me find it on a separate tab, and then I will pull it over. Alright, let's see. Yeah, that's who it is. I don't know how to pronounce her username. Nairami? Something like that. But yeah. Yeah, her. I know, it's kind of weird seeing some of her like YouTube shorts and everything, because I don't know, I remember seeing a lot of her old like animations and everything. So but yeah, Bilsona sound like so much fun to do. I'm like looking at my handwriting, and I'm like, man, I've never seen more serial killer handwriting in my gosh darn life. There we go. So now that I know what those are supposed to be, it's actually time to do little sketches for this. I think I might actually separate. There's a fine line between being a genius. I think there's a fine line. I think I might do that as a separate picture. So I think about here would be where the second one is. Just remember, that's kind of like your handwriting. Oh boy. I apologize then, because I don't know. At least it's legible, you know? No one needs to have good handwriting as long as you can read it, right? At least in my opinion, my handwriting is gosh darn awful a lot of the time. If I'm like really trying, I can at least make it look decent, but I know I find it funny when I was like younger, I always used to be like, why do adults always write in all caps? Because like a lot of people in my family like wrote in all caps, and I'm like, why do people do that? And then I like look back on it and I'm like, oh man, now I do that because I'm way too lazy to write lowercase letters. Alright. Now we're gonna actually start thumbnailing some of these drawings. Ooh, maybe I should show the characters that I'm actually gonna be doing for these drawings. I think that might be, productive. Let me actually do that. Because these are gonna be more characters from, so the last animatic that I did was a character, oh my goodness. This little guy just threw my Chrome tab. You absolute monster. How could you? But basically, from the last animatic, this whole kind of like D&D group, I've been doing a few reels with each of them for a little bit, but never really gave them any context. And I do have a reference for most of them. It's actually a reference drawn by my brother, which is awesome because his art is absolutely gorgeous and lovely, and I absolutely am in love with it. Let me see if I can pull this up. Here we go. Pulled it up. So, from the last animatic, and again, this is my brother's art. From the last animatic, this guy right here in the middle, that is Aaron. This is my boy Jekyll. But the characters that I'm gonna do for this kind of little animatic are gonna be Cassidy right here. This is a later on outfit that he has, so I'm gonna be drawing him in his first outfit. Cassidy, and then let me pull up a reference for Jackie, because I realize he's not in that lineup for some gosh darn reason. And my boy Jackie right here. There we go. So those are the two guys I'm gonna be doing this for. Already got the horns wrong. Just started and already got the horns wrong. The characters look cool. Thank you. They mostly look cool because it's my brother's art. And he is absolute legend. He doesn't post anywhere, but he's an absolute legend. Actually, I do not like the angle of his head. And we start again. This is a little bit why, when I started the last animatic, I at least had, like, the framework down, because I changed my mind so many times. while working through stuff. Okay, I want him to be facing kind of downwards. Make sure he has his nose and his horns. Because I want him to be kind of with his one shoulder up. There we go. Add his little ears in. I know, I'm excited to share more about this story at some point. And actually start the comic for it, because it's going to be a lot of fun. Not exactly sold on the pose right now, but that is okay. There we go. Alright. Being a genius, I want him to like lift his head up towards the back, probably. No. What I want to do is have one shoulder up, one shoulder down. Feel like he's like propositioning, you know, like on one hand you have being a genius, on the other hand you don't. So I have one hand up. Maybe. I'm not sold on that. I have changed my mind so many times. I am so sorry. Just kind of the brainstorming process in general, I guess. I'm gonna move on to this one, because I think this one I have a clear. Oh! Wow, that is... That was some lag on my thing. From Spearberry, you're burning gummy bears in school? Oh my goodness! How would you be burning gummy bears in school? Is it like a science experiment? Learning about, like, I don't know, melting points of certain stuff? Like, are you trying to learn about the I guess, like the melting point of gelatin? Because I could totally see why you would, like, you know, burn gummy bears if that was the case. Or is this just like a rebellious friend thing where you guys are all burning gummy bears? Spearberry. Oh, it's a science experiment. Nice. I know those were definitely like some of the most fun times I ever had in like school, or doing like labs and stuff. Those were always fun. Especially probably like setting gummy bears on fire. Sounds amazing, actually. I would so love to do that in school. Hello, Harmony, welcome. How do you do, Miss Piggy? I'm doing. But I'm happy to be here on stream. Currently talking about gummy bears. Actually, speaking of gummy bears, like back when I was a kid, we used to have this, like, I don't know, it was like a rhyme pretty much, where it was like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, gummy bears are after me. Something like that. It was like, one is red, one is blue, one is climbing on my shoe. A B C D E F G. Gummy bears are after me. Kind of like one of those little tiny things. That's just when you mentioned burning gummy bears in school, that's what my mind went to. Alright, there we go. Got little horns in. But I hope you're doing good, Harmony. I hope you're having a good day so far. I think for this pose, I'm gonna have this character have his hands. Kind of on his waist, I feel like. Thanks, you too. Aw. Yeah, of course. I think I'd be an absolute, like, garbage human being if I didn't want someone else to have a good day, you know? There we go. I know, it's kind of weird because I started stream and I was like, man, something is so off. As like 10 minutes in, I finally realized that I didn't have my frogs anywhere to be seen. It's like so weird because it's like the first time I've forgotten them for a good long while, at least. For like a whole month, it's the first time I've forgotten the frogs. I don't know. I need to actually like buckle down and finish their little models because they're still broken as Ichi double hockey sticks. Oh, there's a locust in your window. Oh gosh, oh man. Moral support. I believe in you. You can, one, brave the sound of the locust, and two, I guess, scare it away. Maybe. I don't know. I believe in you. It's kind of awful when bugs are in places that you don't want them to be. Like, dude, I totally get that because like earlier today, I was like going to quite literally like a corner store real quick to go get drinks, and I went to go grab like my slide-on shoes. I grabbed it and I put it on, and I'm like, oh my gosh, why does it feel like there's a spider web on my foot now? Turns out the spider housing market is so competitive that despite me only like not using that pair of shoes for like 1 or 2 days, there was like 3 spiders in that shoe, and I didn't even realize until I like took it back off, and I'm like, oh my goodness, there's so many spiders in here. And like I'm not scared of spiders, but oh boy. Something about bugs in places they're not supposed to be. From Harmony Linux, you're praying and getting holy water be gone, and if that doesn't work, fire. Exactly. When in doubt, either burn it or give it the house. There is there is no in between. Cause like for me, I'm no stranger to having spiders in like everywhere, because where I'm at is a very like dry plains like area, so we have a bunch of spiders. But sometimes we'll like have a grouping of bags or something. Like right now, I think we have like a few trash bags outside with pretty much just grass in them because I cut the grass, so then we haven't had the opportunity to throw those bags out yet. And the moment that I'm like, okay, let me at least like, move the bags, I like pick them up, and there's like the biggest spider I've ever seen. It was like one of those brown house spiders where like I'm used to pretty big spiders, like spiders that, are a little bit smaller than the center of your palm, I would say. But boy, dude, that spider was terrifying. I've never really seen a locust up close, but I can only imagine how loud they are, because I know locusts are known for like being super loud, don't they? Or aren't they? At least that's my knowledge. I'm not like totally in a place where locusts, I guess, swarm. I kind of hear them in passing. So. Alright. I think this one we're gonna do one character here, second character here. And I'm not sure what I want the second character to do, which the second character is going to be Jackie, so I'm just going to refer to him as Jackie. But definitely want him to do like a dumb thing when it gets to the close-up, because basically, here, let me hide these and add this animation in real quick. We're basically, I mean, I could actually play the animation real quick. Let me pull it up just one more time. Boom. Hopefully you guys can still hear this.
Being a genius and being an idiot. Sebastian uses that line like a fucking jump rope. There's a thin line between being a genius and being an idiot.
Yep, so that's kind of the vibes. That's the vibes. From Harmony Linux. Oh, your dad was in Iraq. Oh, and he would constantly see spiders called camel spiders. They were so big you could cover your entire face, like a face hugger from Alien. Actually, speaking of that, my bio dad was also in Iraq, and we have like a home video of him with I think it was an Elmo plush that him and his mates were like screwing around with. Because, you know, you're out in the middle of nowhere and only have, you know, expensive weapons. So what else are you supposed to do besides, like, shoot at an Elmo doll? And so they were recording a video of that. And, like, you know, the second half of the video is them just talking. And you just see this huge spider crawling up his buddy's, like, side or something. And like all of them start freaking out. Like, that's a big spider. I mean, at that point in time, to me, I feel like there's like a size difference between like being like a big small thing or a small big thing. You know? From Spiritberry, wish you could stay, but you're falling asleep. Well, I hope you have some good rest. Have a good night. Goodbye. But yeah, basically like, dude, seeing camel spiders, absolutely scary. I don't know how Australians do it, you know? With the world's biggest spiders in like 7 different categories. Although, I've heard from at least some people in Australia, like some of my mom's friends who are from there, that the issue isn't with the spiders, it's with the birds. So, I don't know how that all pans out. From Harmony Linux, big small thing or small big thing. If that happens to me, I'm gonna leave the big small big me. Hold up, I'm gonna leave the big small big me-shaped hole in the wall, Tom and Jerry style. Dude, you know what? I felt that. Except probably mine wouldn't be Tom and Jerry. Mine would probably be Kool-Aid Man. You know. But instead of like, oh yeah, it's like, oh no, as you like crash through the wall and start running. from Star Tomato. Just got off work. What are you working on? I'm currently working on like a short little silly animatic. Two characters here are characters that are part of kind of like a bigger D&D party thing that I'm working on. I call it the disaster party, or at least that's what me and my friends have deemed it as. So the two characters are my character Jackie and a friend's character Cassidy. I don't know why I like completely snubbed out on his name. I believe the audio that I'm using is, at least I've been told by my brother, that it's a audio from like an abridged Hogwarts Legacy series. So, I'll probably play the audio again here at some point. Not right now, but it's just a small little silly animatic that I wanted to do. Kind of get back in the flow of doing some smaller and bigger animatics and stuff, because they're always fun. From Harmony Linux, from Oh Yeah to Oh... Yeah, exactly. From Oh Yeah to Oh... I'm not sold with his head position. I'm trying to get better at, like, exploring different head angles. So, that's why I've, like, switched up which head angle I want to do, like, 7 different times. Even though I'm only, like, thumbnailing this. But, I don't know. I'm just making some small animatics and stuff right now, just because the last one kind of took the wind out of me, and, I wasn't the most satisfied with the final result. But that's a me problem. So, figured having fun working on some smaller ones will get me back in the mood to do another character focus animatic. So, and I already have the song picked out for it, so I'm really excited. And if anyone's curious, the song is, I think, Down by the Garden, something like that, but it's by Winx. They used to do a bunch of Dream SMP songs, and this is like one of their recent releases where it like came out like a month ago. From Harmony Linux. Oh, P.S. This happens a lot when people say my name. It's pronounced Lynx. Ah, aka the cat Lynx. Okay. Alright, thank you. I will most definitely try and remember that. And a pronunciation is absolutely hard for me, so thank you so much for clarifying. Now I'm gonna think of something dumb for Jackie to be doing in the background. Something that, like, I don't know, blows up in his face or something. this was kind of like a spur of the moment. Ooh, I should do this next. I haven't really thought about too much of the execution of it, so that's why I'm kind of going back and forth on a lot of stuff. From Harmony, def not a big deal, lol. And man, your drawing is making me want to draw. It's striking that art vibe inside of my brain. Heck yeah. I mean, the screen at the top does say draw with me, so it is encouraged. I always find art is a lot more fun to do in groups. Make him do. I gotta make sure I have a silly thing that Jackie is doing. We're not gonna talk about those head proportions. It is All right, that face is beautiful. Face is absolutely wonderful, actually. All right. Let me fix that. Making the face smaller does not help. I need this. Okay, that's better. That's better. But yeah, speaking of like drawing in groups and everything, I always find that a lot more fun. Always had a bunch of art friends, so it's always fun to draw with people. Get inspiration from each other, you know, etc. I feel like dude should be trying to light like something on fire, and then it literally blows up in his face. Jackie's like a this is kind of based on D&D. Is a monk with the path of the 4 elements. I can't remember what it's called, like actual thing, but so he can like light a little fire. So I feel like he should be trying to light something on fire, and it literally blows up. From Sir Tomato, you need to start to draw again, sad face. All it takes is sitting down, or at least what I do is all it takes is sitting down and forcing yourself to do it until you start crying, and then it gets better afterwards. But I don't think that's a healthy experience. I feel like when you get inspiration, you should draw because that's what's gonna make you happy. And sometimes a lot of the case is that sometimes there aren't things that people find super inspiring. At least not yet. I know when Spiritberry was on stream, we were talking about drawing like a lot of people have been doing like Bill Sonos, where it's like Bill Cipher, but if he like took over your OC or something, and that looks like a bunch of fun to do. Sir Tomato, okay, so I need to cry. I don't know if that's exactly the most healthy thing to do, but I mean, it's worked for me. I don't recommend it, but it has worked for me. But then again, I'm kind of in a rut with my art, so I don't know how weighted that advice would be, to be honest. started, maybe you should do an art collab. That's always a really fun way to kind of get yourself in the spirit again. I know I did a art collab with one of my mutuals on Insta. It would be Whisper. She's been in chat a few times, but that was a bunch of fun to get done. I'm so glad that they were really patient with me because I took like 2 months to finish my half of the collab. I feel really bad for it. But that was like the peak start of Art Fight. But I highly recommend doing a collab. That's definitely a lot healthier than like crying until you actually start drawing, you know? That's probably more therapist recommended. Will have to say. As a non-therapist, probably at least 10 out of 10 therapists would recommend that instead of just crying. Dude, I don't know what I'm saying right now. I'm just rambling. I'm just yapping. My bad. But dude has the longest arms. Hello? Let's fix that. Here we go. I mean, another thing is that I don't know, I've gotten into like an art rut a few times, and what's always kept me drawing is the want to continue to develop my art. So another thing that I would recommend instead of crying is watching like art tutorials or going back and studying fundamentals if you have the stomach for it. I know a lot of the time artists avoid studying the fundamentals because literally studying. So, I mean, I'm avoiding studying fundamentals right now. I need to not do that. From Star Tomato, 20 out of 10 advice. Thank you. I am a I have a lot of wisdom on useless things that won't impact your life at all. So, if you need some bad wisdom, I'm here every Tuesday, Thursday, you know? I'm only 20. I have no idea what I'm talking about. But then again, do people like figures in power ever like fully know what they're talking about? Because some of them will just keep rambling, and you're like, what in the world are you talking about? I'm 100% sure the moon is not made out of cheese, or like something stupid like that. Because I know that's definitely happened. At least on my, YouTube rabbit hole, like stream watches and video watches while I'm drawing art. Definitely heard some both weird advice or just bad takes. So. And just odd wisdom. So. Alright. There we go. Dude's gonna be trying to set something on fire. I'm gonna have it blow up in his face. Absolutely wonderful. And then we go over here. feel like for this one, we're gonna have the aftermath where a dude, he had something blow up in his face. So like those cartoons where they have like the black smog all over their face and their hair is all over the place. Let's do that. Act like I'm thinking about this a lot, but I'm just going on straight vibes. So. Got my thing starting to lag out because of all the frogs. At least I gotta toss some of them down here. I gotta really switch up my desktop kind of formula, which layout. That's what it is. I gotta switch up my desktop layout, so hopefully the frogs don't just accumulate on one screen, and I'll actually walk between some of them. I don't know, maybe that'll be a fix when I actually finish doing the little models for the frogs. Maybe that'll be a fix when I do that. I don't know, I have like half a mind to just go through and make a bunch of like fun stream elements and everything, like transitions, intros, outros, or maybe like a PNG model or something. I don't know. I always think that'd be fun. Maybe finally, like, I don't know, go down the VTuber rabbit hole and just, burn on Twitter for it. Shweevathan. Yes, it'll look so good, LMAO. Hi. Sorry for the late entrance. You're perfectly fine. But I love this beat. So excited. Thank you. From Star Tomato, what meme is Mr. Mod? It's a funny one, LOL. Here. No, I can show it. I have it pulled up. And I played it earlier in stream, so. Alright. You should be able to hear the audio on this one. From what I've been told by my brother, it is a clip from Hogwarts Legacy Abridged. And the person that I saw on Instagram, or at least it says it's the original, or at least this is the one that I saw, is from Cowd Klaus, so. Here.
There's a thin line between being a genius and being an idiot. Sebastian uses that line like a fucking jump rope. There's a thin line between being a genius and being...
That's the meme. That is the meme. Also, apologies for swear word. I don't know, I find it funny, like, I try not to swear in streams, but, like, half of these little tiny silly animatics that I've made have swearing in them. It's a fun juxtaposition, you know? There, we'll call that the little smoke and stuff. Because I think instead of having the character here, Jackie, actually, like, have a jump rope, because I wanted to kind of theme it to basically where it says he's like, smart and dumb, and he's doing like a very stupid thing. So, I don't know, that's the extent of my thinking. I'm quite literally coming up with this on the go, so. From Shweevathan, it's so simple and yet so beautiful, LOL. From the Star Tomato, sometimes swearing is funny. Like fart jokes. I don't know. it depends on the joke and depends on the timing. From Shoe Within, I think swearing is always funny. I think it's like, it depends on the context. Because something that I was always raised on, which I think is really funny, is that you're only allowed to swear in like 2 separate occasions, right? Only when you're playing a video game or when you're driving. So it's been like really funny being like, thinking, oh, maybe one day I'll like, I don't know, maybe do some gaming videos or something. But any point in time where I'm just playing a video game, I'll like swear like a sailor. It's I don't know, I find that hilarious. I don't know if I'll post this animatic on YouTube because of, you know, the big F-bomb. But I've done a previous one on YouTube before that had the F-bomb in it, so I think it should be okay, but we'll see. From Star Tomato, I don't know about driving. That can lead to road rage. I feel like if you're driving a car and you're really mad at somebody, I would rather have you take that out verbally than physically. You know, like I would rather you verbally like cuss them out than drive unsafely to take out your anger on them. Because boy, I have been in a few cars where someone will like intentionally go out of their way to endanger somebody else just because like they cut them off in traffic. Legally cut them off in traffic, actually. So like they were perfectly like it was mean, but like they were doing the right thing. I would like rather you know, someone like go gosh diddly darn dang it in the car than like, I don't know, pull like GTA 5 and just roll over pedestrians or something. From Star Tomato, since there's only one swear, you could bleep it out. Yeah, but I feel like a lot of the time, sometimes it like lessens the funniness of something. I'll have to see. What's kind of sad is, so since my previous college capoodled itself, I've been like still had like access to like Adobe editing software, like Adobe Premiere Pro, and I finally just now got the notification, mind you. This is like 4 months after. It's only like 2-3 months after the college closed. I just got the notification that I can no longer use Adobe services. And so I'm like very sad about that because that's all like the editing software and everything that I use. So yeah, I'm probably just gonna download DaVinci Resolve on my computer. But I have no idea how DaVinci Resolve works, so I've only used it like once. I know in YouTube they have like their shorts editor, but I don't know particularly how that works because usually how I post shorts on YouTube is I edit everything in Instagram, I download that video, and then I post it to YouTube. So from Shweebithan, oh jeez, that's a wee bit unsafe, lol. Yeah, it surprised me every time how reckless someone would be in like a metal death machine. From Star Tomato, guess we gotta cut like Flanders from The Simpsons. Oh jeez. From Shweebithan, LMAO, we had a Christian Minecraft over here apparently. listen, I have nothing against swearing. I think that there's a lot funnier words and phrases to use in exchange. So sometimes I'll, opt for those instead. Like, why say the F-bomb when you could just be like, oh, cheese and crackers? I don't know. To me, I find that funny. It makes myself laugh. Therefore I do it. The only person that needs to laugh is myself. I mean, hopefully others laugh too, but like, you know. Since he has curly hair, I can do these little loop-de-loops. I love doing that when characters' hairs are messed up. I like how I'm all like, yeah, I gotta do easy, simple thumbnails so I can just get the basics of a pose down, and I'm like grinding out these poses a little bit more. Which I don't necessarily think is a bad thing. I think tidying up the poses will just make it easier to, instead of going, you got like your first round of sketching, and then you got your second round of sketching, and then you got your line art, which is like number 3. You should be able to skip step 2. So the little loops be so cute. Oh, thank you. I don't know, it's always find it fun. Like, one of my big inspirations for at least hair is to do like very 2D cartoon like hair, which is something I'm trying to kind of break away from, because a lot of the time I'll like, I don't know, how to describe it. A lot of the time, for the sake of keeping like hair cartoony, I'll like swap features on it that shouldn't be swapped. Kind of like, I don't know, like Ferb from like Phineas and the Ferb. Yeah, that's Ferb. He has his hair that like goes this way, but like instead of when he's facing this direction, instead of putting his hair back in this direction like it should be, it's still posted kind of like facing towards his nose. I have the habit of doing that, if that makes any sense. Jeez, I'm getting a lot of frog lag. Oh boy, my other monitor is covered in frogs. Oh, cheese and crackers. I know, but speaking of swear words, I do find it hilarious that when I was with some of my boys and we were looking at a lot of art fight stuff, I just like fully said the F-bomb like in the middle, and I didn't even realize it, and my one friend Sharky had to literally call me out on it. He's like, yo, you just like completely swore, like, and I was like, did I? Oh no, did I? That was funny. I mean, I was complimenting someone's art. It was just so good that completely slipped my mind. Plus, I don't know how YouTube's stream standards are for swearing. There's a lot of things that I'm still trying to figure out when posting stuff on YouTube. So from True Within, there must be an army. Although, yeah, there's a decent amount of frogs. I think it might be around like 48 of them? Question mark. That may be the amount of frogs. know. We gotta have that cartoony smoke coming off of him. You know, like every good cartoon. From Shrivathan, your guess is gonna be 55 Froggers. We'll see. That's probably... I mean, I don't know if we've gotten, past 55 if we've only done, one accumulation of frogs, but I know we've, like, almost gotten, like, 100 of them on the second monitor, when I had to clear them out one time because there were so many of them. But we will see. We will have to see. Gotta add the smoky smog, which I'm just gonna use as just do some cross hatching. You know, make it easy. It was 94. Thank you for remembering, because I don't. Something that I want to do is, especially since I did like my 30 days of art fight, is go back through all of the streams and watch the end of them and like log, like make a Google spreadsheet of how many frogs per each day and find like the average. I feel like that would be hilarious to kind of like go through and do. Maybe I'll do a stream of that, you know, just going through and finding all of them. I don't know, that's probably not too entertaining, but definitely posting the result would be funny. From Shribathan, during the last bud, lol. Preparing art fight. Yeah. Because that was like almost like 3-hour long stream, I believe. Was looking at all the art fight stuff. I don't know, I always meant to do a kind of recap video at the end of the 30-day art fight stuff, but I never got around to it, and I kind of feel bad. Something I wanted to do, something I just didn't do. But, you know, hindsight's 2020. 2020 was 4 years ago, so. Honestly, it's gonna be crazy when that saying is gonna be 2020 was 5 years ago. I don't think I'm ready for that, actually. I was a high school sophomore when COVID happened. My goodness. Actually, I think I'm gonna copy paste this frame to here. There we go. Link that there. Yeah, have the starting bits of an explosion. Wow, look at that prime explosion right there. And I really want to get better at drawing like effects and stuff, like, or animating them, like water and explosions. But I'll have to actually research that stuff. It's gonna take me a while. I guess it's just that like eternal art bias where I'm like, oh, it's cheating if I look up references, which I know it's not. References are completely valid and are not cheating in any retrospect, but boy, man, sometimes you just feel it, alright? Alright. For this one thing that I do like to do with like explosions and stuff is an impact frame. Basically, you make that white, and then you go in with, oh, there we go. White on top of it, and do like basic outlines of stuff. This has been very popularized by anime. It's now like in a bunch of stuff because it really helps sell a lot of effects, especially like high impact explosions. That's why it's called an impact frame, because it's meant to, have impact. What a beautiful boom, LOL. I know, right? I have like an entire Pinterest board like dedicated to references for stuff. Do I look at it any point in time? No, I don't. And I'm a worse artist for it. Always use references. Boys, always use references. Probably the best thing you'll ever do for your artistic career is, actually referencing stuff. No matter how, like, noob of a move you think it might be, referencing stuff absolutely slaps. Alright. This should be like a good boom, blows up in his face. Now I gotta actually finish the first two. I did not actually finish those. And then I'll probably finish up these sketches, and then might call it for stream. I know it's been a little bit shorter than the last few streams that I've done, but I'm a little eepy, broskies. Just a bit eepy, so. Okay. Should be good though. I feel like this frame needs to be a bit bigger. Now, I'm really excited about a few things that I did find out about Studio Paint and everything in general. Like, I never knew that if you hold down the Alt key when you're transforming something, it'll actually transform from its reference point. So, like, that little crosshair in the middle of a thing, if you move it and you press Alt, whatever you're making will expand out from this point. So, very useful thing that I just now realized what Studio Paint can do. Because I know Photoshop can do it, but I absolutely loathe Photoshop and will not have access to it anymore. So, from Schwebathan, you need to use more references in your art, LMAO. It's looking good. I think they're looking real good. Thank you. I don't know, there was a while ago where I actually, I know I paid to get a, like, little artist schedule where someone pretty much was like, hey, intermediate artists, if you want to go back and study the fundamentals, here's, some challenges and a schedule for you to follow. And I remember getting that, and I didn't use it. And I really need to, like, search back through my phone downloads and see if I still have that PDF. Because I feel like that would be so helpful to actually, like, use and not let rot in my storage. But, yeah. It's all about studying, no matter what you do. And I try and think of everything in life as playing The Sims, and you gotta level up your skills. And sometimes it takes those MFs a long time to level up their skills. They just have to keep grinding at it, and you just gotta sometimes think to yourself, man, I guess full autonomy is off, and I have to keep grinding at this for like 8 hours until I level up. So, I don't know. That's some of my thoughts, And what makes that infinitely easier is drawing reference like drawing from reference to physically observe what you see and add that into your like brain catalog. LMAO, we all just Sims. Yes, but at least we can walk past lamps along a poolside and not drown to death. You know? There is some advantages to both being a sim and being an like IRL person. Alright, I think for this one, I want him to be looking up this way. Because it's, there's a fine line between being a genius, and then for the genius one, I want him to lean his head back. Being an idiot, lean forward, and then turns. I feel like that's a good flow of motion for the character. That, and kind of like I mentioned earlier in stream, trying to get used to drawing different head angles. And it's actually kind of fun because Cassidy, this character right here, has a very fun nose to draw, or at least how I draw him. He has a very fun nose to draw. Which, if you've watched any of the art fight streams, that's most definitely I guess art green flag for me is noses. Dude, that would be so much fun, actually. Making a video of like different people's art green flags and art red flags. Dude, you know what? Maybe make a video and ask people what are their art green flags and what are their art red flags. That might be fun. It's probably been done before. Have I seen it? No. If anyone has half a mind to steal that idea, how dare you, for one? And for two, I don't think there's enough people in stream to actually steal that idea, so. From Shweebathan. Walls also don't just spawn when swimming. Another advantage element. You're right. Unless you're like, I don't know, in a saw trap or something, and I mean, that's pretty much how you could describe it when a simmer, you know, puts walls around sims when they're in the pool. That's like a saw trap. You goat them into the pool while they're tired, and then you completely box them in until they inevitably, slowly lose the will to keep swimming. You know? Yeah. Yes, that is an amazing face right there. Just like art green and red flags, LMAO. Sounds like a great time. I don't know. I would like to definitely hear different people's opinions on what they think are art green flags and art red flags. Like, ones that you do that, like, you know, oh, this is my art green flag where I really like to draw noses or something. And like an art red flag would be sometimes I'm a little too lazy to draw hands, so I trace them from stock photos. Which personally isn't like too much of a red flag for me. Like, it's a hand, you know? But I feel like that'd be funny. Kind of like, you know, like people's hot takes, but, you know, in the form of green and red flags. I feel like this head angle is a little too extreme, actually. We will start again. Okay, let's start from the body this time. Maybe if I get the body angle down, and then I'll be able to figure out everything. From Shui Within, it depends for you, like, an art red flag is giving every character side bangs to cover one eye, lol. You know what? When I was younger, aka like less than a year ago, or no, less than a year ago, like a year ago. I'm not gonna say that was me, but definitely giving characters a little bit more of an emo fringe than they needed. Definitely me. I'm a little bit guilty of that, to be honest. But, you know, you gotta think of, like, all the ways that it could help you, you know? There's not just only having to draw one eye. There's also the dramatization of in mystery that comes with hiding a part of someone's face. I'm just trying to come up with excuses. It's like literally like, bro, listen. I don't have an excuse, but listen. From Shui Within, yes, because the other eye is so hard. But how are you gonna learn unless you do it, lol? I mean, a lot of the time, for me, at least, like, you know, like a year ago, it wasn't about drawing the other eye. It was about characterization. Because when putting hair over someone's face, there are different ways that can be interpreted based on the rest of the character. Let's say you have, like, a very small kind of character, and they have, like, hair in their face. Well, a very small character with hair in their face who might be a little closed off, the hair would help characterize them as a shy character. Or, you know, like a little tiny, like a baby girl, you know? Or, you know. I keep saying, you know, when I don't know if you actually know. But you can characterize them with that hair over their face to give them a shyer, more innocent look. You could have a character who's large and imposing with hair in their face, and have that characterize them as a little bit of a wild, unkept character because they don't take measures to get the hair out of their face. Or you can use a character with a bunch of like mystery and mystique and cover a part of their face to continue that characterization. That's a lot of the reason why I, like, a while ago and kind of still today, give characters a lot of fringe in their face. Just because there's some good things to learn about that. Also, sometimes it's hard to think of different hairstyles, alright? Sometimes you have a bank of hairstyles and all of them are like K-pop boy hair, which has hair in their face. But, you know, that's just my opinion. From Shui Within, yeah, there are characters that need it to convey a character, but when people do it to every character, a little bit of a red flag. No, I totally agree. Diversity in your designs, including, you know, not just like body type, skin color, also include small details like hair. I mean, my favorite thing to do for characters is add like small facial details that aren't a lot, like, represented a lot, like Aaron, where I did his animatic recently. He actually has a cleft chin, which a lot of characters don't actually have or portray unless it's in like a comedic fashion. I.e., like, the main guy from like American Dad, like the dad who has like a big chin and stuff. Or like Peter Griffin where they have cleft chins. I really like adding those small details to characters. Like another thing is like dimples, where, you'll have characters with dimples or different types of noses. Well, TED Talk over, but I don't know, I say TED Talk over and I'm still going to continue talking about it. But I don't know, I'd definitely say it's like an art green flag. Is making sure that you have very small characteristics present in a lot of your characters. To, one, differentiate them from each other. Two, of course, add characterization. And three, make sure you're representing all types of people. From Shrivathan, at least pull out an eye patch once or twice, LMAO. Yeah, if you don't want to draw the other eye patch that MF, Alright, this is a cool pose, but it's not what I'm going for. So we will start again. I feel like, okay, this time we're gonna use the onion skin and actually kind of, I guess, work a little bit with it. Have the character's face like this way. Well, more like this way, and have them like looking over at the camera, maybe. I'm trying to come up with like dynamic, personable poses, because in the last Animatic, one of the reasons why I'm a little bit dissatisfied with it is just because of, I don't know, overall I feel like just missing some more dynamic poses and angles. Although I don't know if this small little silly reel will be the place to try and explore that, but you live, you learn, you regret, you die. Alright. Oh wow, that was some lag. Oh, see this line over here? Cheese and crackers. There's a few too many frogs. Okay, I'm gonna try and... I mentioned this earlier in stream, but for this pose I wanted to have like one shoulder really close up and the other shoulder far away. Trying to also give him a little bit of a backward slouch. So have his like chest kind of popped up this way. Trying to make sure I keep his body type as well. That is important. Alright. One shoulder down here, other shoulder up here. And then hands on the hips again. I'm just going to keep his hands on his hips just because I feel like that'll be, the arms aren't telling the story. The the torso is. From Shoe Within LMAO, the frogs are taking over. Yeah, my second screen has a decent border of frogs, I will have to say. I would switch monitor viewings, but I don't know if you guys want to be all holed up with my OBS. It's probably also not the best thing to do for safety-wise, so... or just internet security-wise. Okay, you know what? This pose I will live with. This pose is actually not bad. Okay, his eyeballs and the top of his nose need to come down, but the forehead is fine where it is. It all good, but it'll be fun to count them in the end, and the pose looks good. Thank you. It will be fun to count them in the end. We will see how many there are. I don't know, I was recently watching back a stream just to make sure, like, everything was going smoothly. And I was like, man, it takes me forever to count the frogs, so I apologize about that. I have to, like, chase them all over my second monitor. And apparently I'm just not good at it, so... it takes me a decent minute to count how many frogs there are. I don't know, one of these days I want to do a YouTube Shorts stream. I did one a while ago, but I feel like it'd be fun to do those. Just because they have a little bit more reach than regular streams, so that might be fun. Alright. Gonna make the pose slightly smaller. I'd say about there. Maybe a little smaller. They be runners and track stars, LMAO? Yes, they do be. I feel like I'm, like, feeding them cocaine or something. You know, just like, here's a little snack before you all are eventually, your programs are all slaughtered by my hand as I end the stream. And as a little treat, I don't know, feed them, like, cocaine or something, and then they all go nuts! Alright, I feel like those look good, and then... honestly, I feel like for this first pose, I'm gonna delete this first frame here, copy 1A, paste it here, paste it and link it. And then switch up his head position and everything. Just because that'll make at least my life a little easier. And the puzzles are going to be pretty similar, so... there's no harm in using a little bit of liquify. Especially for puzzles that are supposed to be similar, but not exactly the same. There, so when it goes to the second frame, actually on this one, I'm gonna bring down this side of his torso up and down just a little bit. So it like gives more of that curve. Yeah, I think that's good. Out of the way. Perfect. I think we'll wrap up stream here pretty shortly. So just kind of playing it. All right, that's not bad. That's not bad for basic thumbnails for a short thing. That's pretty good. And definitely gonna be adding some like little squatch and stretch to these, like for 5 number here. Here, let me copy paste. Six, and then on this first one, to add a little bit of stretch to it, use that alt trick. Use Shift Alt. Whoops, no, I just need to press Alt. Make him a little skinnier, a little taller. So now he has a little bounce. So like, let's see if it'll play through, and you can actually see the little bounce. Yeah, he has a little bounce, which helps add just a little bit more animation to some stuff. But so thank you guys for joining. Yay, tutorial time. I mean, the beginning of the video has, or at least the stream, has a lot more tutorial stuff, a lot of beginning setup stuff for one of these shorter streams. Or not streams, one of these shorter reels. Has a lot of beginning setup stuff, like my recommendations for the frame size and everything, how to get a recommendation to get a overdraw area and such. That's a little bit more of the tutorial part. So, but now speaking about that, I'm gonna kind of just have this playing in the background as I do some prod count. Just because I feel like that worked kind of well last time, where I had the animatic play in the background as I was taking forever to actually like count the frogs. So even though there's no dialogue or anything, just gonna have that play in the background. Hold up. I gotta press this one and that one. Okay, there we go. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, nope, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, there we go, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. Oh my gosh. Earlier in the stream, I can't believe this. Earlier in the stream, I was like, dude, I feel like there's going to be like 48 frogs on screen right now. Well, there's 48 frogs in total. Let's go, boys. It's a little less than 55, which I know was somebody's guess earlier. But I got my little frog army. Thank you all so much for joining me for this stream. It's been an absolute blast. It's slightly shorter than the usual streams, but that is okay. I will see you all on Thursday at 10 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I don't know if I'll be continuing work on this animatic, if I'll finish that tonight, or anything. From Tree Within. Oh, Star Tomato, I forgot. I stole your title. You got the last frog count, the closest. And now I am the frog trademark. Hello, Ally Heart. Welcome. Sorry, you just caught the tail end of the stream again. My apologies. I'm gonna be hopping off, so it's nice to see you pop by though. I hope you all have a great rest of your night and or day. Yeah, sorry, Ally Heart, you did come in right at the end again. But I hope you guys have a great night and or day. Yes, I am the frog TM. Earlier in the stream, I'm like, I feel like there's at least 48, or at least we're gonna have 48 frogs. I was like, square on the dot. I guess I foresaw it coming. But make sure you guys get some water. Make sure you guys touch some grass, and most importantly, make sure you all stretch. I'm definitely gonna be doing that after stream. I feel like I've like completely kinked my back. So have a good one.